Welcome to Blazing Baseball, episode number 124, where we
Wow.
blaze through today's baseball topics. And we are Astros and Yankees fans.
All the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, yeah.
And so, right now, there hasn't been any games today, and we'll get into the schedule. And
Yeah, only 7 games today
Yep, and
for Monday.
Yep. And the big news today is last night there was a blown call in Toronto. And we'll get into that. And so later today we have the Blue Jays at Orioles with Toronto's Kikuchi, who is 4-5, versus the Orioles' Lyles, who is 8-8. And then we have the Reds at Mets with the Reds at Dunn, who is zip and zip, versus the Mets Bassett, who is 8-7. And then we have the Nats at Cubs with the Nats Sanchez, who is zip and 4, versus the Cubs Thompson, who is 8-5. And then we have the Angels at A's with the Angels Suarez, who is 3-4, versus the A's Irvin, who is 6-8. And then we have the Pirates at D-backs with the Pirates Bede, who is 1-1, versus the D-backs Gallen. Excuse me.
Good one.
Who is 6-2. And then we have the Giants with the Giants Wood, who is 7-9, versus the Padres Snell, who is 4-5. And then we have the Yanks at Mariners with the Yanks Taillon, who is 10-2, versus the Mariners Gilbert, who's 10-4. So I found on this podcast.
So the Astros are off tonight. They got a break.
Yep.
Yankees are on the late game. Okay, so the Yankees are playing the Mariners. Who's chucking, Mr. Colby?
At 9:10 Central Time at T-Mobile Park, Seattle, Washington, on the mound for the Yanks is Jameson Taillon, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 10-2 with a 3.96 ERA and 98 strikeouts. On the mound for Seattle is Logan Gilbert, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 10-4 with a 3.09 ERA and 120 strikeouts.
Two very good pitchers going head-to-head tonight in Seattle. Let's see if we got the lineups.
Yes. Right now, it looks like we have Seattle's in right now.
Yep.
So we have a first for Seattle is Frazier at second base, batting .246, and then France at first base, batting .306, and then Haniger at right field, batting .220, and then Winker at left field, batting .230, and then Suarez at third base, batting .231, and then Santana at DH, batting .201, and then Crawford at shortstop, batting .257, and then Riley at catcher, batting .199, and then Haggerty at center field, batting .314. And because there is no Yankees lineup in right now, we'll give y'all the Blazing Baseball predicted lineup. And we're going to base that lineup off of yesterday's lineup the Yanks had against the Cards. Up first, we have LeMahieu at first base, and then Judge at right field, and then Carpenter at DH, and then Donaldson at third base, and then Torres at second base, and then Benintendi at left field, and then Hicks at center field, and then Trevino at catcher, and then Gonzalez at shortstop. And so in the AL East, the Yanks are in first place, 9.5 games over Toronto. In the AL Central, the Twins are 1 game over Cleveland. In the AL West, Houston is 11 games over Seattle.
Yep.
In the NL East, the Mets are 6.5 games over the Braves. In the NL Central, the Cards are 2 games over the Brewers. And in the NL West, the Dodgers are 15.5 games over the Padres.
Yeah, I want to make a comment about the Dodgers. They won 75 games. So right now, in the power rankings, the Dodgers are number 1. Astros have 70 wins, and the Yankees have 70 wins. Those are the 3 best teams. And I want to make a note about the Padres. They made that big trade. They got the 4 best players, supposedly had the best trade of the season. They lost the last 4 games. All 4 games after they got the 4 new players, they've lost.
Yep.
So
Well, it's to the
Hey,
Dodgers too, so
all right, and the Dodgers beat them, so that shows you how good the Dodgers are. Okay.
probably get the Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers. That was my pick for the National League. First day of baseball. All right. So we had a bad call last night, I think. Um, was it in Toronto, Mama?
I don't know.
Or was it in Minnesota?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
It's between those two teams.
The Padres also lost to the Rockies too.
And
On
they
their fourth
lost.
game. It was the Rockies, and then they got swept by the Dodgers.
Okay. And they lost to the Rockies.
That
Colorado.
is the correction. 6 p.m. in Minneapolis.
In Minneapolis. They were playing
And
in
overturned call in the
Minneapolis.
10th inning on Sunday led to a 3-2 Toronto Blue Jays victory and an ejection for Minnesota Twins manager Rocco Baldelli, who labeled the play one of the worst moments I think we've seen of umpiring in any game I've ever been a part of in baseball.
Even from when he was a little kid.
Caleb Thielbar pitched the 10th for the Twins and gave up a sacrifice fly to Toronto's Cavan Biggio and Whit Merrifield. Running from third, Merrifield was originally called out at the play, trying to score the winning run, but the call was reversed after Twins catcher Gary Sanchez was deemed to have interfered Merrifield.
Interference, which I watched the play. I don't think that was the case. I think it was just a good play at the plate. I don't get it. I agree with the Minnesota Twins manager for fighting over that. I don't think they should have changed the call. That's my own opinion. You can watch it yourself and make your own decisions, but
yeah, it's interesting they overturned it.
It was interesting they overturned it because they're always blocking them at the plate to some extent when there's a slide.
Yep.
Yeah. Surprising call because it wasn't done by the umpire on the field who felt it was a correct play. It was done by the umpires in New York doing the video. So, technicality, in my opinion, I thought that the play was done correctly by the on-field umpire.
Interesting. Any other baseball topics you want to go over today?
Only 7 games tonight, but the Yankees are on late. They got to win. Yankees have lost 5 games in a row. They got to snap back against Seattle, and that would also help the Houston Astros because the Seattle is in second place in the AL West. So go Yankees. Let's go. Let's get it back on the winning streak and win 10.
Yep, and we'll catch y'all here tomorrow on Blazing Baseball, blazing through tomorrow's baseball topics. Peace.
Blazing Baseball. Peace out.